Welcome back, Royal Nation, to another installment of Royal View, where you get a better insight of each king and queens behind the scene. I'm your host, Chino Royale, baby. I'm here with, what's your name, ma'am?
Royalty, the dream girl. How y'all doing?
Oh, she didn't even roll her R's this time. That's crazy, man.
Royalty,
See, I'm not even
the
gonna
dream
try
girl.
that. I'm not even gonna try that. I'm not even gonna try that. But how you doing today?
I am good. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm blessed. I'm
As
glad
you
to
should
have
be.
you on the show.
Thank you, thank
I
you.
appreciate you, taking the time out for your world tour to come on in here and bless a brother. Man,
of course.
She's famous out here, bro. She's famous.
Almost. I mean, I'm that chick, but I'm not. I'm famous.
Oh,
You're right.
yeah, she's famous. Stop. She needs to stop lying, bro. She needs to stop lying. She was telling me all these Grammys and Emmys that she's been winning behind the camera.
I just was with Drake and J. Cole last week.
Yeah,
I forget.
facts.
Right.
And now she just want to be like, oh, no, it's nothing.
Right. Just something slight.
It's nothing. She probably has, like, security getting ready to come get me right now.
I really do. They really already, like, downstairs, literally waiting on him as we speak.
Oh, my God. Take the shot. Take the shot.
It's okay.
But anyway, how was your day? How's your day been?
It's good. I mean, one thing I can't stand about Indiana is this weather. But I mean, we all going through it together. So,
Big facts.
can't nothing hurt me. But like you said, I'm definitely blessed, though. Definitely grateful to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. My
anytime.
dude, Chino.
Anytime.
Yeah, how was your day?
Hey, beautiful. Just got off work. So, that's why I got the boots on,
That's them lemon pepper steppers.
Hey,
Well, you got to make that money.
Hey, just slap some skates on there. Maybe I'll go out skating with
Hey,
y'all.
because that's what we do.
Hey, I know you're a roll bouncer out here.
And I should be. Definitely Miss Cascade 2.0.
Hey,
For
shout out. But go ahead, for the fans back at home that don't know anything about Miss Royalty, go ahead and let them know about the greatness that is Miss Royalty.
All right, so let's get into it. So I'm gonna start how it all started.
Okay.
Shout out to my pops, Romelo the Gift. That was
Pops.
his name back in the day. I grew up in a musical family. My dad used to be a gospel rapper back in the day. He was known around the city for rapping at churches, doing youth explosions. We was doing different events. My mom was a dancer. My sister, Laced Up, shout out to you. She also a rapper. So I mean, I just grew up around music. I feel like I was just born into a musical family. My first time ever touching a microphone, I was 4 years old. And ever since then, I just always loved music. Like he said, I'm a roller skater, I'm a dancer, I'm a rapper. So I've just always been in tune with music. I got in the booth for the first time, I think in 2022 or 2021. And shout out to T Weezy on the beat.
Hey, shout out.
That was my first ever producer. So, I got in the studio one time playing and T Weezy was like, nah, you really finna start doing music.
That's
and
it.
I was like, nah.
That's it.
I was like, nah, cause definitely one thing with our generation is hard, trying to not focus on how other people see you.
Okay.
And that's, I think, one of the biggest things that made me nervous coming out. But one thing that made me unnervous was honestly the fact that I know that I don't cap in my rap. Like whatever I'm saying, I mean that. Whatever I rap about, that's me. Whatever
Real
I rap
life.
about, I rap about what I've been through. I'm not one of those females where I got my, I'm not shaking ass every time I'm on the beat, or I'm not trying to sit here and, now don't get me wrong though, cause Sexy Red and Cardi, them my girls.
Look.
My girls, but I definitely feel like the way I wanted to come out talking about what I've been through, what I plan to do. I like to rock with my brothers at the end of the day. So I mean, shout out to T Weezy though. He the reason why I really got in the booth. And my dad, they really got together and was just like, just go ahead and say what you got to say. So I say I really got deep into it about 2021, 2022, and I've been doing shows and just releasing music ever since. So.
I definitely appreciate you touching base on that, because
Right.
it definitely is a subgenre that is definitely shaking ass.
Yes.
We know what, look, all my brothers out there know exactly what that genre means.
And my sisters, because we be wanting to shake
All them know. They out at every concert, front row.
Ski Yeet for sure with Sexy Red.
But hey, definitely touch base a little bit more on the genre that you're in, because it definitely has a vibe to it, and I want everybody to know exactly what the vibe is. How would you describe that vibe in a way?
I definitely would describe my genre as, I would mix mine with hip hop and R&B, and I will also say really freestyling too. Like I'm a person where I like to get in groups of people and just turn on an instrumental and just rap. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it's real rare for especially females to know how to rap off the dome.
Right.
And I was just raised up in a house, like I said, with my dad, where we would be in the car just bopping the beats. Like I'm not one of the females where I get nervous when the spotlight come on. If anything, I'm the first one stepping up.
Facts.
So I mean, I feel like I'm more R&B because I really got deep into music once I started experiencing bad relationships. Like I feel like Lakia, I look up to her a lot. because she real big on like expressing her feelings, you know, Anne-Marie, when it come to like going through stuff with men. I really opened up on my R&B side, but when it come to battling and going against dudes and like I said, stepping in the cypher and doing anything I gotta do with showing a little bit of my masculine side, that's where my hip hop side come from. So I definitely feel like I'm a mix of hip hop and R&B. I look up to Mozzie. I love people like Missy Elliott. I listen to people like Eve. I listen to people like Roddy Ricch,
Man, I'm
J.
loving
Cole.
this girl already, bro.
You know what I mean?
I'm loving this girl already.
I mean, it's just like, I'm all about just being real. Like, I'm willing to turn up, but I'm also willing to lay back and be real and be like, everybody like really listening like to what I'm saying. But it's certain songs where I'll be like, shit, I really want y'all to focus on the beat. You know what I mean? So it's like, I say I'm a mix of hip hop and R&B for sure though.
I know we were talking about, because you said a lot of influences there, those beautiful, beautiful color of influences.
Right.
What is a main one that you can pick out, maybe one or two, where you can go ahead and definitely say, yeah, these definitely influenced a lot of my style?
I always say I'm Missy Elliott. Like,
I literally was gonna say, can you do the, can you do all the moves?
yes, like, so I would say Missy Elliott is one of my main ones, not only because a lot of people compare me to her, but I love that when you look at her music videos, her outfits didn't look like nobody else, her hair didn't look like nobody else, her cadence was different from everybody else. She can dance, she can rap, she gonna sing. She don't care about letting somebody else have the spotlight and being in the back. I feel like Missy Elliott really showcased a big dynamic and like diversity, but with herself though. Like, a lot of people feel like diversity mean I gotta collab with different people, or I gotta, you know, do
cute waist, chubby waist, high waist, in shape.
You know what I mean? So, I'm telling you, like, I love Get Your Freak On, the do 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 do. Just that beat right there. When I was younger, I used to just listen to, like, and Missy Elliott just always had some kind of, like, she was just real weird. Like, it was a weird, different yes, and I love that. Like, I'm the type to, I did a photo shoot and I wore one heel and one shoe. And everybody
I love that,
you know,
bro.
when people like, what you
that.
doing? But I'm showcasing that as royalty. You know, I gotta have femininity, but I gotta be able to wear them shoes too and work hard, and I gotta prove a point, and I gotta make sure that y'all know that I stand on business. I don't care where I'm at. So I feel like Missy Elliott does that. One day she dressed like a man, you be like, you got a girlfriend, but the next day she coming in with the bombest dress on. So I feel like Missy Elliott really perfectly showcased the difference between being masculine and being feminine, but still being a woman at the end of the day, and not really having to, you know, do what Trina and them did. Trina and them are still queens, they still an icon, but Missy Elliott really ain't have to show too much to really show too much, you know what I mean?
And that's honestly, like, I'm not trying to go too deep on that,
Right.
but like, I feel like there's something missing. It's been missing since like the 2000s. Cause like there's just been too much going into that subgenre that we just touched on, where it's a lot of shaking ass now, and then there's like no message. Like, maybe there's a couple with the message that is getting across that is more real.
Yeah.
And then now it's just more like shaking ass. Like, yeah, we all love to shake ass now and then, but sometimes we need to hear more of like
we
a
need
message.
to know you.
Yeah, which is why I respect you way more than a lot of this. I don't know how many times I turn on the radio and it's just like a lot of shaking ass, and I'm just like, man, it's not hitting like what it used to. This ass ain't shaking like it used to, man. Like,
I definitely feel you. That's why I always tell people, like, I mean, Missy Elliott, and it's crazy because a lot of people really sleep on Missy because, like you say, our generation, they feel like Sexy Red and Cardi B and all of them run it, which they do, but that's now. I feel like a lot of the things that was real was back then.
Facts.
So, like, I was just always big on looking at artists from back in the day. Now, when it come to male, I definitely love Drake and J. Cole. Like I was just telling you, like, J. Cole is real big on lyricists. Like, he's real big on...
Look, we support everything this female doing.
We love J. Cole.
We support, royalty.
Oh.
We support, she said J. Cole, Drake.
Oh, yes.
The only one she didn't say is Kendrick, and like...
Kendrick is him too, though. Kendrick is definitely him. I like that Kendrick is very different. Shout out to you, Kendrick.
Shout out.
K-Dot.
K-Dot.
Shout out to you. J. Cole, I definitely got into him more. If we talk about our generation, because Missy, like I said, is back then. But this generation, I feel like Drake and J. Cole are my main two. Only because J. Cole, like you said, that Forest Hill Drive album.
It was nothing like my first time.
She was in my math class. Long hair.
Brown skin with the... We already know how the lyrics go.
I'm telling you, you know, so it's like J. Cole is telling you about his life, what he been through. Even with Middle Child, he like, I'm not finna be fake and do nothing for clout, but I know that I'm that nigga, but at the end of the day, I'm not better than nobody, but I know that I'm better than some. That's how I got it.
Appreciate that.
You know, and that's why I'm like J. Cole real. Now Drake, I mess with Drake because you can cry, sing, laugh, and dance in one album. I like that Drake is diverse. Like a lot of people judge Drake because of what he do, but I mean, Drake on tour right now while y'all sitting here talking about him.
We have all our lanes, and I
Yeah.
think we just need to understand, and I like to touch base on that too, especially in the city. There's a lot of stuff popping off here recently, and we were just talking about it. I had asked Mr. Pressure last episode, but I gotta ask you now.
Shout out to you, Pressure, Jeff Jones.
How are you feeling about the energy from the Cypher that happened?
My personal opinion on that is the fact that I feel like multiple ciphers should happen, regardless of who run it, who's over it, who's in it. Because honestly, one thing I never noticed is how much talent Fort Wayne really have. Like, now that I've been doing music, I done met so many female artists, male artists. My dad, for instance, his generation, we could have an old school cypher if we really wanted to.
Facts.
Now, some people might be like, this whack, but y'all can't say that when back then their cadence was different, their mind was different. They didn't care about toting guns and talking about weed. You know what I mean?
Different.
So I feel like the cypher was definitely cool. Shout out to, you know, my people in the cypher, Big G, T. It was so many of y'all, I can't even remember who all was in it, but I definitely feel like it was a good representation of some of the artists in Fort Wayne. We can't say that everybody that was in it. It was only 8 people and it's 200 of us, you know what I mean? So a lot of negativity came from it, but I feel like if you ain't getting nothing negative from it, you ain't doing it right.
Do you have any comments to say, because we know you're supposed to be on it?
Right. One thing I do want to say is that when it comes to being an artist, you have to really pinpoint what you want your name on and what you don't. And I just personally don't feel like this was my cypher to be in, only because a lot of people were saying that it wasn't any female representation in it. But I feel like the fact that it was all dudes, this was a real good cypher to showcase the men.
Yeah.
Maxine, shout out to my mama Max.
Shout
out to Mama Max. She was saying doing an all-female cypher. I feel like that would be a good cypher that I would want to be included in. You know what I mean? And it's not like I was against it, but just the way that it maneuvering with me being now an out-of-town artist and y'all see me travel a lot, I just don't feel like this was really my niche this time.
Okay.
I did post my flyer. I definitely wanted to be in it, but sometimes, like I say, just different energies. It's not that you don't get along with people, but certain energies just might not. Imagine J. Cole and Missy Elliott being on a song. It's not impossible, but it's rare. You know what I mean? Like
you would definitely have to do more work.
You would have to be like, how did this happen?
Has to be put into more brain power.
Yes.
Can't just slap that stuff together.
You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like, it's not that I feel like I'm better or less than anyone. I just personally feel like once I started to see how things were starting to mix, I don't feel like I was a good ingredient to keep in this one.
And I respect that.
Yeah,
I respect that.
Yeah, but every one of them that was still in there, I respect them. When it come to Jeff and a lot of the other people that was supposed to be in there, I respect them. And one thing about Fort Wayne is that we small. So at the end of the day, if I ain't be in this one, I can probably be in the next one with half the people that was in this one. So.
And even though you just started, man, you had mad people showing love to you, especially like people coming to your defense. I'm like, where's Royalty at? Where's she at, man? Flipping tables and stuff. I was like, whoa, chill. It's my favorite table. I was like, calm down.
As soon as people seen my flyer, it went up. As soon as people seen Jeff flyer, it went up. As soon as people seen Stan flyer, it went up. But with us just being artists, especially I count myself as a newer artist. Jeff been in the game for years. Stan was in it before me, you know what I mean? So like with me being newer, I just really have to watch what I say yes to, what I say no to, what I step into. And sometimes it's an uncomfortability thing. Not that I'm scared or not that I feel like nobody better or less than me, but sometimes I just be like, with the pen work that I put in, I don't think this one was it.
Facts.
I just don't think this one was it.
Hey man, I definitely can't wait for one to come out with you on it, because I know that thing's about to pop. You feel me? It's about to go.
No, for real. Up in the way. For sure.
But hey, we could talk for hours. I feel the vibe. I know y'all feel the energy in here. The chemistry is live. It's like we've known each other for years, but we just met today.
I was gonna say we met about
couple minutes, half past the freckle ago. But hey, before we get on out of here, I got one more question for you.
Okay.
And it's a two-parter. So
okay.
It's where can you see this stuff going for you in the next 5 years?
Okay.
And for all the young queens out there that are looking to put their foot in the door. Sorry, I can mess up sometimes. But getting their foot in the door.
Right.
What is some words of wisdom that you would apply to them and say, hey, so this is an avenue I would take, this is an avenue I want to take?
Right. So where I see myself in the next 5 years, me personally, as an artist, I believe in having a 9 to 5 until you really get to where you need to go. So I personally feel like within the next 5 years, I'll have a lot more music out streaming. I personally feel like I'll probably do a tour by then. And I definitely feel like I will be deeper I'll definitely be more in a zone of traveling more, just doing my music like me and you were just discussing, more out of town shows. I feel like sometimes when you're familiar in a place or people are once familiar with you, you don't get appreciated as much, and that's just being real. So I feel like the main thing that I'm focused on within these next few years of becoming an artist, with me technically still being new and me still technically getting my full foot in the door, the next 5 years I'll be traveling, way more content, way more streams, way more music out, way more music videos, and really just making sure I make a name for myself. Not that I care to be famous or rich or none of that, but a name is definitely what I'm getting at, because I'm almost there already, you know?
I'm here
so
for it.
that's definitely where I know I'm gonna be at. I'm not a fortune teller, I'm not a future teller, I'm not God or nothing like that, but I definitely know that the fact that God opened this musical door for me and it's been running through my blood for generations, I definitely know that it's gonna come out big for sure. Like all them tours that J. Cole and Drake and them be on, I know for sure I'm gonna be selling out shows one day, for sure. You know what I mean?
I believe in you too.
For sure.
I believe in you too. You see my face. I believe in her too.
Look, he knows. So, second question was for the women out there, young female
Shout
artists.
out to Queens.
Yeah. For my young women, for my young baddies, for my young queens, for my royalty-ettes, whatever y'all want to call yourselves, the royal babies, whatever.
Something.
Yeah, something. I feel like the best advice is honestly keep your foot on your own neck. Like a lot of females come out nowadays either being too masculine or they doing a lot when it comes to their bodies. And I feel like that's expressing our femininity. And it's okay to do both, but I definitely agree with the point of make a statement, but don't do too much. Like a lot of, I don't wear makeup, I ain't got on no nails. I don't have on, like I'm showing a little skin, you know what I mean? But it's not, when you know what you're doing, what you're supposed to be doing, don't even try to prove a point. As long as you okay with whatever song you put out, you like your beat, you know your lyrics, don't worry about who watching you, don't worry about what niggas you got looking at you, and don't worry about the next female. Never compete. Don't do none of that. I'm telling you, you stay on your own zone, stay on your own neck, don't stop, don't give up. Make sure you keep that perfect masculinity so these niggas know they can't touch you, but keep enough femininity to where you know, like, shit, when a nigga really want to get to know you, keep your box closed so they want to see what's in there. Don't already have your box open and now everybody be like, I already know what she is, you know? That's how my mama and daddy and them raised me. Always keep your box closed. Like, keep enough of it showing so people kind of be like, dang, what's in there? But keep it closed enough to where people be like, I need to see a little more, so.
Well said by the queen over here, man. I'm just over here just like, I don't want to say too much. She over here preaching.
Yes.
But hey, I wanted to say I appreciate you.
Thank you.
We all love you over here. It's all love on this side.
I love y'all too.
But before we get on out of here too, it's gonna be down in the description, but go ahead for them. So you can say it once, you can say it many times, but let them know right now where we can find you.
Y'all already know, most of y'all my Facebook babies anyway. On Facebook, I'm Princess Nady, Nady. Instagram, I am royalty_the_dream girl. And on YouTube, I'm royalty the dream girl. So that's where y'all can find me at.
Hey, and that's the queen, Miss Princess Nady, aka Royalty out here. Again, thank you. Until next time, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, her stuff too. Until then, stay royal out here. Peace.
We out.
Flip it, I get it, can't get rid of me. Ooh, with a ball, get a body like that. Take an L, that okay, tonight we bound back, yeah. Yeah, at least that was Sean said. Midwest never.